Hey, this is this, and I'm just gonna make this short video on the whole financial trouble of Sony. Why? Well, I didn't really want to talk about it because quite literally I knew this was going to happen, and I kind of foresaw all this and the mess that it was going to be made, especially with Sony doing insane and stupid shit like putting out a $600 gaming console, which right there is already in batshit insane territory. Of course, with their TVs going, with their TV produced just going up and up and up back then, you know, Sony could just take the money that they were getting from their TV lines and help fix their consoles and all the other electronics that they clusterfucked, as well as the PSP, which was another clusterfuck. And I guess it finally happened, clusterfuck at the clusterfuck at the clusterfuck at the clusterfuck at the clusterfuck. It all finally just went pop. And the real problem for me was, you know, Sony kept making way too many high end electronics and trying to do, push higher end after higher end after higher end and just completely ditching the entire low end market. And I think that's what killed them in the end. It was just a really bad idea. I mean, as you know, the PS Vita is coming out. It's got all the LED screens, top of the line cameras, touch screens on both the front and back. Oh, actually, a compactive touchscreen up front, and I think I said that wrong, but oh well. And a light touchpad in the back, and all this other shit. And really, what only everybody really asked for the next PSP was just a second thumbs controller. I don't recall anybody asking for really expensive shit in there and then being priced below its price average like that. That's batshit insane. I mean, who pays that? I mean, who does that? And of course, you got that PS3, which the cell processor at the time when it was released. Now the cell processor is pretty much worthless, but it was damned expensive. They were putting next gen stuff in there, and of course the memory. Yeah, I think it was like something called XCL. I forget what the name of it was, and I just didn't want to look it up. But it wasn't the DDR3 type of RAM. They were going for the expensive shit, and and they were sticking the Blu-ray in there, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Yeah, and and over expensive television sets, all LED screens. It was just the obvious thing that was going to hit Sony. And the thing is that I kind of think that the maybe next week, it's a guess, it probably won't come true, but there's a good chance that they'll probably cancel the PS Vita, but that's a long shot, so don't take anything on face value on that. But to be honest, if they ever come with the PS4, they're going to have to literally cut a lot of cost on there. And yeah, it won't be backwards compatible with the PS3, so the fuck what? That's not a big loss, but downgrade it to DDR3 RAM, get rid of the cell processor, put in at least a decent graphics card. Yeah, it's going any graphics card that's at least made past 2007 will surpass the current consoles, but at least it'll be nice and cheap, or 2007, 8, 9, 10, hell, even 11, and then undercut it, but not by too much. I mean, yeah, they'll do exactly what Nintendo did with their Wii's, but it will at least allow them to sell a cheaper console, not so graphically, powerful, but it will at least be nice and cheap instead of trying to shove so much of that shit in there, nonsense that they were doing. I mean, yeah, and no, I don't mean kill PSN Network. That's still good network and stuff, but yeah, and it's not looking good for Sony. I knew that they were screwing themselves with all that over expensive tech they were throwing in all their shit, and of course, and once I realized, I mean, and the thing was that once that their TV well and their cell phone wells well dried up, they'd be screwed, and they would be stuck with over expensive gear that they shouldn't have, jammed into there. Sony, you really, really fucked up this time. The only way, and yeah, like I said, the only way to pull themselves out is that they need to concentrate more on the low tech stuff. And before you get on my ass, Microsoft put some low. I mean, yeah, they put a state of the art GPU and CPU, but most of the hardware, the rest of the hardware, was mostly low tech. It was their only way of lowering the price of the Xbox 360. Just saying.